Hey, what's happening, HD Nation? Hey, I wanted to give you a little heads up. This is the green room that we're in waiting for Kansas City Live. We're about to go on TV. We wanted to give you a little bit of background and get you to see what's behind the set. So this is really cool. I'm going to show you a little around in the green room. It is Jonathan, my partner. It's just a nice little sitting area. Check out the security camera that's up on the wall. That's quite the security camera. At the same time, I'm guessing they need photo quality just in case they film back in here. So we're gonna give you a little bit more heads up of all the different parts and pieces of going on a set so you can see what we go through. And if you have any questions, please add them to the comments. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Something happens that you're like, oh my gosh, what, you know, I need my phone not just for all my contact things, but for my driver's license, my ID, to be able to travel or just drive from one place to another, for that to be legal. But more and more people rely on their phone for everything.
Right.
Well, we want to celebrate with your amazing things. So give us some of your, I know you can't share your secrets. You would not allow that, right? But at least give us some tricks of how to make fried chicken.
Well, you got to get the grease just to the right temp. Gas, fire, more controllable, you get it to the right temp.
So you don't like our glass top so big, or?
Yeah, no, it's not going to change.
Okay, we gotta update that. Just for you.
Most cooks run gas.
Okay, so gas is better, you control the heat.
Right.
Get that oil really nice and hot. How do you know when it's done?
It's, you know, I can tell by weight is how we do it, but it's, we're going to get a golden color on each side, and that's why you got to constantly adjust the flame so it doesn't burn or sear too much.
We did that 77 and 80. We even watched Scout's door. I'm north of the river when I put butter with it. I put butter since past. So it's me, and then I got all the Casey Thomas.
He wanted to be a part of the fair, and they turned him down because they didn't think he was classy. So he brought the next to the fair and made him kill. Had 80,000 people attending his shows.
I really like they would make plans of going dancing.
It's amazing the stories that you finally get into the stories. They're amazing stories and kids would actually be interested. So we don't teach that in school.
This is great. Your show was great too.
Absolutely a great way to learn, a great way to teach, a great way to make history just really come alive. And it's kind of a combination of board games like Risk and other stuff like Pokemon, like I've got a son who loves Pokemon cards, stuff like that. We're here, the president and creator, Zack Edwards. We're going to talk about how this came about. How did you decide that playing a game like this would bring history to young people so vividly?
Well, when I actually came out of the high school, I came from a class where a lot of us didn't like history.
Right.
I actually came out not liking history. Now look at me. I don't know how it happened, but I actually had an English class that I went to that had a one-page essay I was supposed to write, just on a product that would change the world. So I wanted to change the lives of those people in history class. And the best way of doing that, as I found, was to create a game that would get kids excited about history. And funny enough, it's actually not just kids. Adults go crazy about this as well.
Right.
Because it's all about strategy, and it's also about history. A lot of history buffs love this game. Because
Well, kind of take us through a brief little mini version of how you would play the game. I know that it can be more complicated or as complicated as you want it to be, but for example, how would we play this game?
well, the easiest way to explain it is if you know the game of Risk, you'll be able to play this. So you start off with one land in this game, and you grab 5 cards off the top of your deck.
Right.
Out of those cards, you play enough cards to defend that land. But if you find a blue card, much like this, is Explorer.
Right.
You take the Explorer card, you place it down, you can actually grab a new land in your land pile and grow your civilization.
Oh, that's fascinating.
Yeah.
So you really, you grow your civilization, you also can battle. There are, one army battles another army.
You're right. Yeah,
Is that all in there? And then you can learn about these fascinating characters from history that really make it come alive, and the names that you should know.
Yeah, can I tell you a story? So there was one family that, they wrote me a letter and thanked me for what I created. And one of the things that they've done is they've gone to a movie rental location, and there was a poster on the wall about the Enigma.
Right.
And now the father actually said that was one of the first computers, and the son actually corrected him. And his mom was just like, how'd you do that? And he's like, well, it's from the game you just bought me.
Right.
And so getting those kind of letters are amazing because as an inventor, you see something that you created, and to some extent you're wondering to make a difference. And then all of a sudden you get these letters from all these
It made a huge difference.
Yeah.
Speaking of inventions that made a difference, let's talk about this particular card right about here. So why would we learn of the story of the great Thomas Crapper?
Thomas Crapper is an amazing story that nobody really talks about. So everyone knows the name.
But
Crapper.
we know what that he invented.
Yeah, actually, funny enough, this is like Meet the Kardashians
and the toilet, the flushable toilet. So he put it in one of the royals' houses, and then all of a sudden everybody wanted flushable plumbing, flushable toilets in their houses.
That's it, right there.
Yeah.
And so you learn about these fascinating things. You learn about all the things that we should have maybe learned in school if we were paying attention, because there are a lot of great teachers out there trying to make this exciting, and this will help them do exactly that. So, great idea. Thanks for sharing it with us.
Thank you.
Thanks for sharing it with schools. I know that's where you're going to see more and more about it. We're going to have a link to Historical Conquest on KCLI.TV later on today. Just a great idea. And they're having fun playing it. Thanks for sharing it today.
Thank you.
Especially the story of Thomas Crapper. It's been a good Tuesday. Coming up next, he's known for making people laugh. Now Jamie Campbell is telling his personal story. It may shock you. That's in 2 minutes. And the start of school is just a couple of weeks away now for some kids. The first step, getting there. I'm taking the wheel with a lot of very welcome backseat driving in the next half hour.